Hey, Lakers family, quick straight talk. Everyone's asking me the same thing today. Is LeBron leaving the Lakers? Is he getting traded, or is this the year he retires? I've got a clean answer, but I'm not jumping to the last page. I'm going to walk you through what actually controls this story. The contract, the health timeline, the cap rules, the market, and how this roster is built around Luka right now. Stick with me, drop a like, and subscribe if you want updates that cut the noise and focus on the levers that matter. I read your comments and I bring your best questions into the next video, so tell me where you land after you hear the full picture. Let's set the context first. We're not flying, we're grinding. The team hasn't been in a great stretch, but we did grab that last win, and that matters for confidence. Wins like that keep the room together and buy time for guys to heal. LeBron's been managing the right side sciatica, and nobody in this building wants to force a 40-year-old legend in October form when the games that define you are in April and May. That's the reality. While he ramps, the offense is Luka first. You can see the shape. 2 actions per possession, a screen into a rescreen, hit the roller or kick to the weak side, keep the paint touches coming, keep turnovers down. Austin is leaning into the connector role. Pressure release, late clock shot making, simple reads. DeAndre Ayton is starting to find timing as a screener and a seal guy. Marcus Smart is setting the tone defensively. When he gets on the ball and we keep the corner help tight, the whole group looks more organized. This is the framework LeBron will rejoin. It's not about saving him. It's about making his minutes easier and more selective so he can still close games, punish mismatches, and be fresh for the fourth. Now, the piece everyone keeps skimming past, the contract. LeBron picked up the 1-year option and still holds the full no-trade clause. In simple words, nothing happens without his yes. You can talk fake trade machines all day. If he doesn't sign off, it's dead. That alone puts a heavy favorite on him finishing the season in LA. The second part is timing. The decision points aren't today. They're the deadline if something perfect shows up, or July when every door reopens. That's when you factor in the body, the family side, the locker room, and the final view of how this group looked when whole. If that sounds boring, good. Real decisions in the NBA usually are. Let's talk health. The ramp is not a mystery. When you see day-to-day updates and reevaluation windows, that's the team trying to walk the line between short-term wins and long-term function. With LeBron, burst matters more than minutes. If he can hit the paint without pain, if he can slide defensively without protecting that side, we're fine. Until then, we lean on Luka and Austin to carry usage and keep the offense simple. This is why the staff is calm publicly. There's no emergency. There's a plan. And it ties to the cap and roster choices the front office made over the summer. Quick cap reality in normal language. The apron rules are tight. If you live near the first apron, you lose tools. Cross the second, you lose even more. It's not just luxury tax pain, it's a rule book that blocks cute trade math and limits mid-season surprises. That's why you see patience with the 15th standard spot and why minimums often get signed later when the prorated number is smaller. It's not cheap, it's smart. Keep a little space now so you can make a clean ad later. Ideally, a wing who can switch, guard up, and hit the corner 3 at playoff volume. That archetype is rare and expensive. Keeping a sliver of room and one open seat makes it more doable when the market blinks. Let's go position group by position group because this is where I see the plan. Luka is the engine. The offense takes his shape. Slower tempo when he wants to squeeze matchups. Quick strikes when the defense brings 2 to the ball. With Austin, the key is touch time balance. Give him second side opportunities, let him kill bent closeouts, and let him run sets with the second unit so we don't live in Luka-only minutes. Bronny's minutes will stay targeted, point-of-attack reps, connective plays, and simple tasks that don't break spacing. Marcus Smart gives you toughness at the point. He changes our confidence on ball and cleans up some of the early season sloppiness. On the wings, Rui's in a groove when he gets to his spots early. Taurean Prince and Jake LaRavia are in that be-ready bucket, hit, catch, and shoot threes, cut with timing, and don't foul out of rotations. Vanderbilt is a defensive hinge. If he's right, he lets us switch more and stay home on shooters, which is how you stop giving up the easy corner threes. At the 5, Ayton's job is simple. Screen with force, sprint into seals, hit the glass, finish plays. When he does those three things at pace, he's a plus. When he floats, the offense gets sticky. That's the honest read. Where does this take the LeBron question? Straight to team building. The front office already showed you the plan by action. Keep Luka long-term. Add smart veteran defense at the guard line, try a flexible big at the 5, and keep the sheet clean enough to make one real move later. That is not the behavior of a team trying to rush a breakup with LeBron. It's the behavior of a team that wants him on the court in the spring with legs under him and optionality in July if he wants it. Will they listen if the perfect trade idea pops up? Sure, but let's be adults. There are maybe 2 or 3 teams in the league that could even attempt the money and still field a roster that makes sense for him at this stage. Those teams would have to show evidence, not dreams. They'd have to keep enough shooting and defense around him, and they'd have to be comfortable telegraphing moves in advance to navigate apron rules. That's why these things almost never happen in November. If it's real, you'll see footprints for weeks. Retirement is part of this. He's earned the right to look at his body and say, "I'm good." He's never chased a farewell tour. He keeps it close, he decides when it's time, and he's honest about the miles. Listen to how the team speaks about it. Respect first, then planning. That's why you keep the cap flexible, that's why you don't lock in long, and that's why you center Luka's prime. It protects the franchise and respects the legend. And I'll be clear for anyone doom-scrolling, none of that means he's gone. It means you built the year to work with him healthy and to be able to pivot respectfully if summer turns the page. Let's walk through the schedule logic, because this is where fan stress and team patience collide. The first 20 games are identity games. You're building habits, not headlines. Take care of the ball, protect the corners, stay near even on the glass, and don't bleed points in live ball turnovers. If you do those 4 things, you give yourself a stable record while LeBron ramps. The middle 30 games are chemistry games. Get lineups with Luka, LeBron, and Austin to a point where the reads are automatic. You'll know it's working when the offense gets to good shots in 2 passes and the defense doesn't overhelp on basic drives. The last 30 games are playoff prep. Shorten the rotation a bit, lock the trigger points, know how you want to guard the league's best actions, and make sure you've got one lineup that can switch, one that can ice side, pick and roll, and one that can trap late without losing the back line. If you're checking those boxes and LeBron looks physically comfortable, the "is he leaving" question cools down on its own. Okay, I hear you. Give me a straight call. What's going to happen? Here's mine. Barring a major surprise, LeBron finishes the season with the Lakers. He has the power to approve a deal and could use it if a perfect, obvious fit emerges, but that's a long shot because of cap rules and because this group still has a ceiling if the health cooperates. The retirement decision lives in July. It's real and he'll take it seriously. But if his body responds and the team shows top 4 in the West form when whole, he'll give it real thought before walking away. The most logical path is to play this out. Take a hard look at the spring, then decide with full information. Let me hit some quick fire points I know you're debating in the comments. Does adding a 3-and-D wing at the deadline change the calculus? Yes, if it's a real playoff wing who can take the toughest forward for long stretches and hit threes at volume. No, if it's a name without impact. Should the Lakers spend assets now or hold for July? If the trade solves a May problem, yes. If it's just noise, hold. Is Ayton a one-season bridge or a piece? That's on him. If he screens with pace, cleans the glass, and keeps the paint scoring honest, he's fine. If the motor dips, the front office will revisit the 5. What's Bronny's role? Rotation minutes that don't break structure. Point of attack defense reps, keep the ball moving, and hit the open shot. What about Smart with Luka and Austin? It works when Smart guards the top matchup, Austin plays connector, and Luka lives on the strong side. When Smart and Austin both need the ball for full possessions, it clogs. Keep it simple. Coaching matters here too. JJ's steady approach shows up in the late game sets. We've seen fewer hero ball possessions and more quick actions into a clear decision. That's a sign the language is landing and the players trust the process. It also helps LeBron. He steps into a defined menu, not a save-us situation. When he's healthy enough to attack downhill a few times per quarter and post up the mismatch, everything else gets easier. That's the version of LeBron you want in 2025. Fresh legs in the 4th. Strong defensive possessions on bigger wings. And clean reads when defenses panic and send help to Luka. Let's talk about the elephant in every fan conversation, emotion. It's normal to be nervous when a legend gets to choose his ending. And it's fair to be frustrated when the team's form is uneven in the first couple of weeks. But look at what's controllable. The roster was built to function with or without LeBron for stretches. The cap was managed to keep a move possible. The plan is to be better in March than you are in October. None of that guarantees a parade, but it does set up a fair evaluation. If the answer in February is, we're one defender away, then push. If the answer is, we're a year away, protect your assets and decide in July. Both versions are clean. I'm going to hold the final line until I ask you something, because your read matters. If LeBron looks good by mid-December, moving well. No setbacks, and the Lakers are hovering in that 4-6 seed range. Do you want the front office to spend a pick and a contract on that playoff wing right now and frame this as the last big push with him in purple and gold? Or do you want to ride internal growth, keep the cap sheet flexible, and allow July to be the big decision window if he chooses to step away or explore other options? Drop your answer below with the reason. I want to feature the smartest comments in the next video. Here's my concise take, and then I'll get out of your way. LeBron is staying for this season unless a unicorn option lands on the table and he personally green lights it. The retirement question is a summer decision, not a November headline. The team is built around Luka's prime with real roles for Austin, Smart, Rui, Vando, and Ayton. The cap posture is deliberate, not cheap. The front office will wait for a real upgrade, not a name. If the health lines up, the group can be nasty in a series because half-court shot creation travels and the defense looks different when the guards set the edge. If it doesn't line up, the organization still has a clean path forward and LeBron has the respect and control to choose his next step without drama. I appreciate you rocking with me. If you value coverage that sticks to the facts, speaks like a fan, and doesn't waste your time, hit like, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. I'll be in the comments tonight. Tell me exactly what you'd do at the deadline, and tell me what you think LeBron should do in July. Let's talk it through like we always do. Direct, honest, and focused on winning. Now the short close you asked for. Main story. Plain language, no fluff. LeBron's future sits in his hands. He holds full control this season, the smart money as he finishes the year in Los Angeles, and the only real decision points are the deadline if a perfect fit appears or July if he weighs retirement and free agency.